Once you see this, you are not going to unsee it. You're going to understand why the next liquidity explosion is already engineered and why XRP holders are about to witness something truly biblical. Let's get straight into the proof because there is a lot to cover, and it is critical that you understand what is happening. As always, make sure to hit that thumbs up button because the more engagement this video receives, the more YouTube will support the channel. It is not ideal, but that is just how the algorithm works. If you are not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button because there is a lot of important updates coming that you do not want to miss. We are going to dive right into the most important information, so let's rip this bandage off immediately. What I am about to show you is something that people have debated about on social media for years, in some cases for 8 years, since I have been in this space. You have probably heard the debates that XRP is not part of ISO 2022 or that Swift is not integrating XRP, but the code tells a different story. Code does not lie, and just like a ball on the basketball court, code reflects reality. Ripple's payment schema literally references ISO 2022 at the technical level. This is not marketing, and it is not speculation. This is a direct implementation where Ripple's system aligns with the exact messaging standard used by Swift. The same environment is confirmed in the R3 codebase, which references XRP payments, XRP settlement, Swift services, and Swift payment service types. XRP and Swift exist in the same digital framework, operating on identical architecture and plumbing. This is critical because any network that wants to plug into Swift's global rails must be ISO 2022 compliant with no exceptions. The upgrade is mandatory, and every bank had to update their software to meet this standard, something that has not been done in decades. The fact that XRP's infrastructure references these standards at the code level means that Ripple's system is not only compatible, it is ready, fully operational, built to integrate with banks without friction, and capable of settling with any Swift-enabled institution. This is a huge point. Ripple can connect and settle with any institution that uses Swift. There is no need to wait for permission or a partnership announcement because the architecture is already complete. Ripple built this quietly, but it is fully functional, which is why so many people are unaware of what is coming. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, consider joining the newsletter or booking a strategy call to position yourself before the next parabolic rise. The best investment is in your own preparation. Now, it is important to understand that not every crypto can even dream of meeting ISO 2022 standards. Very few companies in this space have achieved this, and it is not by accident. ISO certification is not a marketing badge or something you can earn with a simple course. It is conducted by independent third parties who thoroughly evaluate your systems, processes, and operational quality. Achieving ISO certification means you are efficient, profitable, regulatory compliant, and able to survive institutional scrutiny. When companies like Ripple, Stellar, XDC, Quant, and Algor achieve ISO compliance, it signals a massive shift. Assets native to these chains, such as XRP, XDC, XLM, and Quant, are ready to be integrated, evaluated, and stress tested by the institutional financial system. This leads to real-world usage, which creates utility, and utility drives price appreciation. ISO certification matters because it validates that these organizations operate with quality systems and processes, and it differentiates them from competitors who have not achieved this standard. For publicly listed companies or those reporting to boards, ISO certification proves operational efficiency, profitability, and regulatory compliance. This directly impacts banks and governments because they can rely on networks that are ISO certified. These are not meme coins hoping for adoption. They are fully functional infrastructure, and XRP sits at the forefront of this list. Every time someone asks why XRP is not everywhere yet, the answer is simple. Banks cannot rely on a token for liquidity until the market cap is sufficient to provide liquidity on demand. Ripple has always known this, which is why their strategy has been delayed activation. The rails are built, the standards are met, and integration exists. The code is already live. The only missing piece is scale, and when market cap is finally sufficient, XRP will fulfill its intended role, instant global on-demand liquidity. Banks will no longer need pre-funded accounts, money will move like data, and XRP will be the bridge for everything. The introduction of ETFs is also a part of this strategy. ETFs increase demand, driving the price higher, which increases market cap and enables SWIFT to utilize XRP fully. By the end of next week, 7 ETFs are expected to be operational, which will accelerate this process. It is important to understand that ISO 2022 is not merely a messaging standard. SWIFT has clarified that ISO 2022 is a data model, structure, and interoperable foundation allowing assets, payments, and settlement systems to speak the same language. This standard allows innovation, enables fintech companies to build on top of it, and ensures that financial systems can communicate efficiently and securely. ISO 20022 has been in development for more than 10 years. It establishes business flows for payments, identifies the parties involved, and defines the information exchanged. It creates a reusable framework that allows for flexible innovation. Platforms like Australia's NPP can process person-to-person payments in under 10 seconds because they are built on ISO standards. Fintech companies can then layer additional services such as document verification and payment initiation on top of this standardized infrastructure. Ripple's code references these ISO standards, and its system is integrated with SWIFT services at the core. While many were distracted by prices and meme coins, SWIFT quietly ran tests with XRP, XLM, Algor, HVAR, and Quant, confirming these networks can support ISO 2022-driven liquidity and tokenized assets. For SWIFT's documentation states that by January 2026, they expect deeper integration of central bank digital currencies, tokenized assets, and cross-network interoperability, which requires real-time value movement. XRP and the XRP ledger are already equipped to handle this. Furthermore, XRP is entering a value capture era. Recent articles, such as those on XRP right now, highlight that industry leaders, including Matt Hogan from Bitwise, recognize that XRP is moving into a phase similar to revenue-generating tokens like Uni or Ethereum post-upgrades. Ripple is exploring models to directly benefit XRP holders, including potential dual-layer consensus systems, staking, incentive structures, and sustainable tokenization designed for institutional adoption. Utility drives attention, attention drives capital, and capital draws institutions. In summary, the evidence is overwhelming. Code-level ISO alignment, independent certification, ISO 2022 compliance, SWIFT testing, institutional recognition, and value capture are all happening right now. The rails are built, the standards are aligned, integration is live, and institutions are watching. For those who are here early, you are positioned at the forefront of one of the most significant financial shifts in history. Stay alert, stay ready, and understand that the next phase will not wait. XRP is prepared, fully operational, and poised for the next wave.